Welcome to Joe Khalil's Conversation Piece. I share my thoughts on social content in sports, politics, and entertainment. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So I figured to skip going through the usual Browns recap. You're already aware that the Browns lost to the Bengals 24-6, and they shot themselves in the foot like they always do. Dorian Thompson-Robinson isn't the answer at quarterback. He threw for under 200 yards and threw 2 interceptions, one in the end zone. This change was supposedly made because Jameis Winston makes too many mistakes. Yet DTR is doing the same. Now, Jerome Ford, he rushed for 92 yards, which included a 66-yard run. He seems to do that frequently, so he was one bright spot. The other was Myles Garrett getting his 100th career sack, and he's done this before his 29th birthday, so awesome job by him. The defense was okay, but if the offense can't move the ball, you're eventually going to wear the defense out. But again, I didn't make this video to talk about the loss. I wanted to talk about Myles Garrett and what I believe could be his last season as a Brown. You see, he wants to remain a Cleveland Brown, but he wants some assurances that the team will commit themselves to winning. And with the talk that the team will retain both Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski, that decision doesn't seem to me that they are willing to do that. Myles spoke to reporters the other day, and this is what he had to say.
Why is it so important for you to remain with the Cleveland Browns and finish your career here, as opposed to maybe having an opportunity to join an absolute Super Bowl contender at some point in your career?
Well, for me, I mean, first of all, I want to win. And I want the Browns to be able to put me and us in position to win. And I'm not trying to rebuild. I'm trying to win right now. And I want that to be apparent when the season's over and we have those discussions. I want them to be able to illuminate that for me, illustrate that for me, so that can be something that I can see in the near future. Because that's all we want to do. I'm gonna stay loyal to a team that show loyalty to me and faith in me by drafting me. But we have to do at the end of the day what's best for us. So if we have that alignment where this is something that is still possible in the near future, winning, going deep in the playoffs, putting a great defense out there, having a time of possession, running game offense, getting all the guys back, and I think that would really keep my mind at rest, keep me settled, and not just mine. A lot of the guys on the defense, the D-line, around the team, but we have to continue to take strides forward, not just as players, but from top down.
So they have to show you that they have a sound plan going forward, that you want to know, like, what are we doing at quarterback and how are we going to get out there and contend again next season?
Absolutely. As uncertain as it is from the outside looking in, it's uncertain for us as well. So whether DTR is the solution or someone else is, it's got to be drawn out. There's got to be a plan of action, and just got to know where things are going.
Sorry. If that vision didn't align, could you see yourself not being a Cleveland Brown?
I mean, it's a possibility, but I want to be a Cleveland Brown. I want to play here, I want to end my career here. But if we choose to do a rebuild and it's 2, 3, 4 years out, I want to be able to compete and play at a high level, play meaningful games, and be playing past January.
So you heard what he had to say. He was clear that after the season, he was going to talk to the team's front office on what the plan was going forward. And he was asked again yesterday after the loss, and here's what he said.
Myles, you just mentioned that winning obviously is the most important thing to you, and you were very strong in your comments on Friday. Did you get any feedback from anyone in the building about that? Did anybody talk to you about some things that you stated?
Those conversations that we'll be having at the end of the season. So, no, there's nothing that I said that anybody was unaware of, and I've always been focused on winning. So, no, that's just what we'll talk about after the last game.
So he's been consistent. He wants to know what plans the team has going forward in order to win. He wants no parts of a rebuild. And this is why I believe his days are numbered. Do they have a plan? The quarterback room they have currently is trash. Jameis Winston is the best that you've got. Now maybe they'll sign Kirk Cousins at the end of the season. He'll be available. But this team has so many holes, and they need, there's a lot of filling that they need to do. And this regime has not shown any ability to properly draft nor develop players. Now, I know that winning isn't on the owner's mind. He's thinking about his new stadium. So as long as there's a decent product to sell to the public when the stadium opens in a few years, he doesn't even need to care at this moment. He can just keep the same folks in charge. Because, hey, remember, he kept Hugh Jackson around for 2 years, and Hugh Jackson went 1-31. So there's no urgency for him, and we're talking 4 years of this. Myles doesn't have 4 years. He doesn't want to end up like Joe Thomas, and I don't blame him. Myles Garrett is going to end up as one of the greatest defensive players ever. And unfortunately, I don't think he's going to retire in a Browns uniform. And I hope I'm wrong, but this organization is allergic to making good decisions. Hopefully, similar to a broken clock, they'll get a couple of decisions right. That's with quarterback and, of course, Myles Garrett. Tell me what you think in the comments section. Is Myles right to question the organization? Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.